Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
Ever trusty sidekick, you're very good, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, still voted.
Yeah. Here we have in front of you possibly one of the most amusing aspects of any army in the outbreak of the Second World War, which is the amusingly named tankette.
The best tank in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tankettes get a good stick off people for pretty good reasons. It's basically a light tank. Well, it's a tiny tank, two-man tank with a machine gun, and a lot of people laugh at them.
That's it.
If you're playing late war and you see someone buys a tankette for their early war army and says, "We've got a tankette," people will laugh at them and point fingers. In reality, tankettes were used in the early part of the war when there weren't many tanks around. And they were certainly not used where there were enemy tanks in the field. You kept them back. This gives you an ability to put a tank, a light armoured vehicle, with a machine gun against enemy infantry, where they can't kill you. So you basically have an uber weapon on the battlefield if you've got a tankette, because you've got a machine gun that can't be killed.
Unless you're in a tank battle.
Unless you're in a tank battle, in that case it's just going to explode. There's no point turning off. So many armies, the Japanese, the Russians had given up with them by the time war broke out, but the Japanese had a lot of tankettes, the British had tankettes, a few. The Poles...
We went straight for war, yeah. We weren't ready for war, so we stopped tankettes.
Well, no, we were fighting people with spears.
Yeah, well,
so a tankette was awesome. You know, there's no way those spear these spear people trying to take your tank, you just machine gun them. That's why we designed the tankette, because we were fighting a colonial war. The Italians had tankettes as well, because again they were fighting colonial wars. They were fighting people armed with muskets for the most part and rifles and the odd spear. So a tankette's awesome. You've got a tankette on the battlefield. Imagine Gordon in cartoon with a single tankette. He would have annihilated the Mahdi's army.
Yeah.
No scope.
One next to the gate, one go for the gate.
Yeah, absolute massacre.
As Muhammad's army throws spears at it.
Yeah, so they won't stand a chance against Gordon. So yeah, it's a pretty good tank, but only in a situation where you're fighting enemy infantry.
Hopefully not these.
Yeah, hopefully not grenadiers, because they will kill them. So yeah, it's actually a pretty decent vehicle, and they do get a lot of stick for not really much reason. They need a bit more. They need a bit more support from gamers.
Like you.
Like me. I used to think tankettes were rubbish until I got some from my Japanese army. Back in the days when I played Japanese, and before he started playing them.
Yeah, Nixon probably. They're mine now.
And I discovered in a game where I had a single tankette, and it ruled the battlefield. I was just mowing everyone down and winning.
That was against the guest, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. And
yeah, sometimes before YouTube, I didn't really join you much with your guests.
No, you sort of became interested when you got to be on telly.
You're lying there. Because for my whole life I've been doing them kind of games.
Yes, yeah.
So don't dare start with that.
Anyhow. So this is a tankette. It's awesome on the battlefield. Just don't put them up against tanks. Stop doing it. I've seen people on YouTube who do battles where they send a tankette against a Panzer I. Sorry, a Panzer II.
Oh, so you go so well that.
Yeah, the Panzer II can kill a tankette because it's armed with a cannon. Don't send a tankette against a Panzer. You can't damage it. What are you doing? Stop doing it. Yeah, but against infantry they're great. They're very good. The Poles also learned that the tankette was becoming a little bit outdated, and so they designed this version, which is armed with a 20mm cannon. That now enables your tankette squadron to take on enemy light armoured cars. So that's pretty good. So you can take on those pesky German reconnaissance units with their little trucks with a little bit of tin armour all over them, a little bit of flattened aluminium nailed to the side.
We're using the greatest tankette armoured car in the world.
So you could take those Germans on.
Basically, it's made out of Coca-Cola and Pepsi tins all over.
Yeah, just nail the tin to the side and put camouflage on it. But it will stop a rifle bullet, so, you know, you're doing alright. If you can stop a rifle bullet. So, yeah, you can actually upgrade these. How much will it cost you? An extra 20 points. So it'll put you back, for a regular tank, an extra 20 points on one of these, you can give it a 20mm cannon. If you get the kit from Warlord, these come in kits, you get the alternate guns to use, so...
You made these yourself, something?
Yeah, these are all scraps, these. I made these before.
I was actually about to say no, not. Warlord James made them.
When Warlord first brought the Polish army out, there was nothing for it. There was just Polish infantry, that was it. So I made a load of Polish.
That's only because Warlord Games didn't think people would like it doing Polish. And after the first week or a couple of days, it's sold out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
As I said, no one's going to be interested in doing Polish. We'll just bring out this one kit and then we'll leave it. And we brought out one kit and bingo, everyone's doing Polish. It's great. And I like it. I love doing that period. I've always been interested in the Polish campaign because my family fought in it. Actually, my family died.
About to say it's...
Yeah, my family is just... or your family, I should say. Our family. Your ancestors were very good at getting killed in warfare. They made a job out of it. Yeah, it was their job, basically, to get killed during wars. And our family, you can find our family name on many gravestones across the world, which we're supposed to be proud of, I suppose.
I've nearly been run over a couple of times, does that count?
Yeah, it shows you following in the footsteps of your grandfathers. But they used to just get hit by machine guns and stuff, so...
Slowly.
Yeah. We've only had one... Our ancestor that we are all directly descended from, which is my great-granddad. The Waddingley. He is the only one to survive the Second World War. All the rest of the family, all his 4 brothers, took bullets or got blown up. One died on the Somme. One died...
Yeah, his brothers died.
One died... His brother died on the Somme. His another 2 brothers were on HMS... Indefatigable. When it blew up at Jutland. They were both on the same ship.
It's amazing. My history teacher made a lesson about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got all the
Thanks,
all the
sisters.
documents for it and everything.
We're so popular.
And when we looked it up to find out what happened, and we had family legends, but we didn't believe them, and it turned out they were true. It's like, wow.
Yeah, like, they might
But great grandpapa, he did lots.
Grandpapa.
And my great granddad. My dad called him Grandpapa.
Grandpapa.
Yeah.
That's so posh.
No.
Grandpapa, yes.
Oh God, it's amazing how the great have fallen, isn't it? Anyway.
Yes, Grandpapa.
Hey, my grandfather, my father grew up as a child. They had a servant in the house, which is weird when you think about the modern world.
I wouldn't like a servant. You'll annoy me. So would you like a censeur? No, I wouldn't. Go away. I'm trying to like enjoy myself.
But yeah, so that was a good day. My grandfather was that's my father's dad. My father's father was the drawer for Sheffield Steel. That made the armoured cars and stuff.
That's a shame. You've got me.
Yeah, I've got his original drawing kit somewhere. He actually still all the tools he used to use. They're like 120 years old or something.
Is your dad the one who used to collect home stamps?
Yes. You never met him, he died before you were born.
Yeah, no, it's a shame.
You'd have liked him. And anyway, so yeah, our family's really good at that. My family on the other side, my mother's side, Waddingley, because it was Waddingley, married the other one, and they're the ones that died in the Eastern Front. So they lived in Poland, and they were all shot into a ditch, which was pleasant. That's politics for you, isn't it? Vote the wrong way, you get shot into a ditch. Well done.
Wait a minute. What? Isn't voting meant to be private?
Oh, you vote with your rifle in those days. It was a mess.
We're banned at the end.
Yeah, Poland was an absolute... You know, if there's any group in Europe that deserves sort of respect for the wrongs that have been done to them, it has to be the Poles.
But they started World War II. If you're going to have an argument about this.
Yeah, and whatever. But yeah, there were faults on all sides. But the Polish people were
the Polish people are
died in horrific numbers under German occupation. They died in horrific numbers under Russian occupation. They died in horrific numbers
no mercy
after the Russian occupation. And Poland was never given its freedom back. The Second World War was fought in the name of Poland, and Poland was never liberated.
It's funny that people always like to say, "Oh, Hitler murdered all these people," and then you look at Stalin. Stalin starved way more.
Millions more.
But because Stalin was on our side, we don't say that.
Yes, we don't say it.
We just say it to Hitler propaganda.
Yes, and you got a lot of lefties wandering around saying, "Well, actually, the Russians were quite nice." Yeah, well, they were quite nice.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, if you weren't freezing to death in a gulag, yeah, they were wonderful. But if your family happened to be in a ditch with all the rest of the Polish officers, then it kind of winds you up that these socialists wander around going, well, actually, socialism's a good thing. Really, is it? A nice thing.
I think you mean communists.
Same thing. Look, these filthy campaigns say, oh, get rid of democracy. Old people shouldn't be allowed to vote because of Brexit.
Actually, no, they said that.
Grow up.
They said they should kill all old people.
That one person said that.
Actually, no.
You're doing like the news. Someone said that. One person said that in a tweet.
The president in London. So
yeah. One person with a sign, and he's under investigation anyway. So don't take things out of proportion. But no, anyone who thinks stupid things.
I on Twitter. I go on Twitter a lot. I listen to Paul Joseph Watson. Me. I have arguments with that person. I forgot his name.
Sargon
of Akkad. I'm that kind of person.
Anyway, I'll just stick to history if you don't mind, it's safer. This stuff that's already happened is a lot better than the stuff that's about to happen.
Already happening.
Already happening, yeah. So anyway, the Polish tankette, which is what this video is supposed to be about, is actually a really cool little machine to have, and I have had limited success with them. Being careful how to use them.
Oh, you do wipe out nearly half, one more soldier off my NKVD.
I led a cavalry charge with my tankettes against your infantry, your Russian infantry, and I won.
Yeah, you fell, didn't you?
Yeah, my tankette terrified your Russian soldiers and they all ran away. which is the only good thing that happened in that battle, unfortunately, but it worked.
Until they climb on top of the tanks.
Yeah. I mean, the tank shop rules should really be altered to not include tankettes, because are men really going to be scared of this tankette charging towards them? Panic, -3 to my morale, run away. Yeah, I'm not really sure if it's convincing. I mean, technically, half a dozen Russian guys could pick the tank up and put it on its side. Seriously, I mean, once, I'll tell you something, an interesting story. I used to have, when I was a little boy and I got my first car, it was a Metro. It was a Rover Metro. And I was parked in a multi-storey car park, and when I came back to the car was facing the wrong way.
Why?
Because of these people used to prank, and they used to go to multi-storey car parks and pick cars up and turn them around and put them back down again. Because I didn't weigh that much.
You didn't do that?
I wasn't in it at the time, I just found that some idiots moved my car. It was very strange.
It was very funny if I picked it up and ran up a bit.
Yeah.
And put it somewhere else in that meant car park.
Yeah, there was a chap at, I think it was Lancaster University, the students disassembled his car and they put it on the roof. They took it up bit by bit, one wheel at a time, and they assembled it on the roof of the university. It's just stuff you do when you're young.
Well, I would say that when you go to college and you pass college, and you go to university, you go more dumber than you were when you came out of college.
That is true. I would never give a job to a college leaver, because they know nothing. They're more stupid than the next stupidest person you can find. No, so people who live in the real world have a lot more common sense about them. University tends to be a little bit
See, I had to go to uni though in Malden. I don't want to go to uni though.
It's up to you what you're doing.
No, I need to go there to get a job.
Well, we'll see what happens. How do you know there's going to be any university in 10 years' time when Godzilla comes and eats the planet?
And Killer Bees.
And Killer Bees, yeah, because apparently, because we've Brexited...
And Cthulhu.
Yeah, we've Brexited, which means we're all going to be killed by Killer Bees and Godzilla. So I'm just waiting for Godzilla to arrive.
I think it's really funny because in The Sun, they made a special edition for...
And they used my picture!
And they used his Twitter feed.
My picture! I made a picture. And they actually put it in the paper. It's cool. Anyway, joke aside. Tankettes.
You said anything about them so far?
Yeah, no, I like them, and these are nice, cool little models.
I hate them.
Yeah, because they're annoying, aren't they?
Just run around, infantry saying, ready? Oh no, they're going to tank shock me. Oh no. Oh, there's machine gun rifles.
Yeah, although the 20mm cannon is a useful upgrade, although I've only used it once.
I missed. No, I didn't. You killed him. You killed some more.
Oh yeah, I did. It actually works against an armoured car, but I would really prefer to just have the machine gun version and use them as infantry support, just like I do with the Japanese, because I think that's the best way of using tankettes. You shouldn't really try and tackle armoured cars with a tankette.
Yeah, you should, of course you should.
Even if you've got a 20mm cannon, I wouldn't tackle an armoured car. So in bolt action, keep them in rubble at the back, keep them to support your infantry.
No, keep them in front. Keep them in front. That's it's my battle plan will be to keep them in front. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like people.
Yeah, because you want to kill me, that's why.
Yeah. So normally you put infantry in the front, so I put my tankettes in the front. If I get initiative.
Yeah, oh, okay then, yeah, I'll let you off that one.
Unless I don't get initiative and I get massacred. That kind of thing happens, like cavalry charge.
So yeah, that is the video for the tankettes. I like them, I just think they're cool little vehicles. They're useful, they're cheap, they're really cheap. If you are going to use it not as a main weapon, you're going to use it in reserve, just to take on any infantry, then it'll only cost you 56 points, which is really cheap if you're going to just go an inexperienced crew. I wouldn't knock that at all. 56 points is cheaper than a mortar. Is it as cheap as a mortar? It's about the same cost as a regular mortar.
Yeah.
It's probably worth it. It's a little tiny armoured vehicle.
No, I buy more.
Okay, fine, whatever. You can kill these in
I can kill 5 in one blow, so yeah, I'd go for the mortar really.
Okay.
Hey, look, I can buy 5 mortars from that. 5 mortars there. That's 5 mortars.
Well, if you bought them all as inexperienced, it would cost you, what, 250 to 274 points?
So that would be more than our first round of that match.
Yeah.
That's only 5 men in all.
But that's inexperienced. I mean, if you want to upgrade them and give them an anti-tank gun and stuff, then it's a bit different. Yeah, there's an Italian version of this which had an anti-tank rifle in it, which is interesting.
Yeah, I suppose.
We'll have to do Italians next, just for a laugh.
It's for a laugh.
It's hilarious. Anyway, that's it. Actually, we'll get Italians and we'll fight them against the Mahdists.
You know the Polish names for players? How was called Pliz?
PLZ.
That's an American word.
No,
PLZ. It spells Pliz.
PLZ.
Pliz.
It stands for Polish aircraft.
Although I have noticed.
I can't speak Polish.
Although I have noticed that most of my viewers and your viewers are from America, not from our own country.
Yeah, because more humans live in America.
More humans live in America.
Yeah, so there's more people using the internet. And I'd love to do an early American army for the desert. Because no one does them. No one does early American armies in Tunisia and early in the desert. Because that's where the Americans really learnt to fight. And that is an overlooked campaign, and no one really does it. And you know the Battle of Kesserine, where the Americans completely got slaughtered by the Germans? After that, the Americans learnt how to fight, and the massive victorious army that the Americans used at Normandy and through Italy, that winning army that consistently won, they learnt to fight in Tunisia. That's where they learnt to fight. That's where they were first blooded. And I think that would be a really interesting bit to do of the war. an earlier bit.
Yeah, I guess.
That's just on the American side, that's all. I'm a huge Patton fan.
I know.
Yeah, I like Patton. I think he was a genuinely decent commander. He wasn't a murdering general, unlike some of the British generals. You've gone quiet.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of any other generals I could think of. I can't really think of any other.
So, there we go. That's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to get some tankettes yourself. And if you ever meet anyone who has a tankette and people make fun of him, say, no, don't make fun of that man. Tankettes are awesome.
No, advertise our channel, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
See, this person called Imperator Vespasian, I'm just a sidekick, or no name, because still inside and votes, says that tank is amazing. Here is a 20 minutes and 49 seconds video of what happened.
Yeah, okay. Right, so that's the end of it. That's the end of the video. You do the bit.
So if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of the tankettes.
I love the way you did that. Right.
Yes, thankfully they can't see me and my actions.
Thank you very much for watching. This has been Imperator Vespasian, and it's just a sidekick.
That's everything from me.
And everything from him.
Near forwards.
Goodbye.